Alright, we are back at it again with the whole Galactus Hungers thing. Got brand new refreshes, brand new missions, and I honestly forgot that Iron Fist was a featured character. So we gotta talk also about the two-star, I wish it was a two-star Iron Fist. The three-star and four-star versions of Iron Fist. And as you can see, Galactus he's upped his game a little bit in terms of covers, but again, it still more or less works the same. And to show you guys and gals that it still works the same, we're gonna use that same team that I introduced to you guys in day one, and we'll keep them boosted to say that. Actually, you know what? We'll do off color boost, so that way you can see that this still works, even at round 6 with Galactus with more health. Again, if you remember, like in the last video, I got in Iron Fist, and I meant to select Hawkeye. Oh well, it'll still work. Just recharge with Iron Man. Like, I totally misclicked. I thought I selected uh Iron. I thought I selected Hawkeye, but I picked Iron Fist. Oh well, still doesn't matter. Trick. These are the everything still work out the same. I'll fire, I'll shall out strike, and then just use Unibeam. But we'll use the Hawkeye team again. Uh, Again, just to show you, yeah, it still works in round 6. All right, now time for the breakdown of Kingpin Wilson Fisk. Because I'm gonna go from left to right. I'll even talk about uh, Iron Fist if he's applicable, or whomever the character that's left off of the this cycle to boost list. So this version of Kingpin here, he's a black, purple, and yellow user. His Mine's is at 345. With the boosted levels, he's at 450. One of a handful of characters in the game that can help you generate yellow. We look at his black ability, which when this was originally released, it used to do team damage, uh, even off. Well, you could fire this power off even if you didn't have any uh, friendly countdown tiles on the board, but it got changed. Kingpin was actually one of the more older 4 stars that was released. I think he was around 2014. That sounds about right. Like him, Elektra, Sam Wilson, Captain America, Jessica Drew. I always get the two of their nomenclatures mixed up. Remember, Drew is Spider Woman. She's something similar to Jessica Carpenter, Julia Carpenter. Jeez, Force Works. And then Jessica Jones is the Brian Michael Bendis creation. She was created in the early 2000s during the whole Marvel's Max imprint. Anyway, his black ability, Wilson's Gambit, it removes a random friendly countdown tile, and then it deals damage, you know, to the target. And then if there are 3 or more friendly countdown tiles, you can remove 3 of them, and then it'll do team damage instead. So anybody that can promote or that promotes the usage of countdown tiles with Kingpin, that's always beneficial. This defense it costs 8 purple, and you generate 5 yellow, and you reduce the enemy's strongest AP color by 5. So it's technically not a steal per se. This is more of it's a drain then generate. But there's a difference between a steal, because your opponent can have like 1 AP up in their strongest pool, and you generate 5. So that's technically not a steal. Again, and then in higher levels, you know, you get 8 for 6 stolen. Mhm. Nobody really. Like I say, unless they yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Nah. Yeah. 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 Well, excuse the cross chat. I probably should have muted my mic, but then this is the rawness of doing videos like this here. You got Magia Pond, which cost 10 yellow. Kingpin creates 3 yellow Magia Thug countdown tiles, 2 Magia Muscle countdown tiles, and 2 Magia Hitman black countdown tiles. And then each one of them does their own separate thing. The Thug does targeted damage. The Muscle does strike tiles, and then the Magia Hitman does even more targeted damage. Uh, I think one of the things that this should probably have listed under Magia Pond uh, is what each one of those does, because again, not everybody's going to be familiar facing off against the Magia Thugs or the Muscle or the Hitman, and you kind of forget what they do. But the main thing you want to do with Kingpin, again, use purple to fuel yellow, get enough yellow on the board, have enough black, destroy your countdown tiles. Now again, if you don't get enough black, the Magia Pond um, things will do more than enough damage to help offset the damage that you could have potentially done in black. Now, as far as possible teammates with Kingpin, Iron Fist, use his purple to fuel black independently, or if you need to hold on to purple, you can use Kingpin. If you don't have Iron Fist, I was about to go to Domino, and Domino would probably be the next suggestion that I would add. But if you just want a straight up purple generator, purple battery, Scarlet Witch, her purple will fuel Kingpin, or excuse me, her blue will fuel Kingpin's purple, and you can steal all the tiles on the board, and then if you need some extra assistance, well, that's what her green hex bolts will do. Give you some sort of board shakeage. Um, really wouldn't recommend Iron Man 40 with him because Iron Man Iron Man really wants yellow for recharge, and generating AP is more important than getting those tiles destroyed. Oh, I thought it was somebody calling me, but nope, just isn't too hard. Um, as far as another straight, well, again, I could recommend Captain Marvel, but at this point in time, where how boosted Kingpin is as compared to Captain Marvel, will you actually be able to get her yellow to trigger off enough times to generate the yellow AP that's needed? But again, that's someone you could keep in mind. You find Let me find old Domino, because that's what I'll end up using for this fight here. Again, Domino with her black ability helps you generate black, which is always a good thing for Kingpin. Another user that you definitely could use is Cloak and Dagger. You can use Cloak and Dagger, use their purple ability to switch the board to whatever it is that you need, yellow or black. Again, they probably Kingpin and Cloak and Dagger probably, well, they're definitely gonna have color confliction, so it's gonna be a matter of what do you want more of? Do you want consistent heals for Cloak and Dagger, or do you want to keep those attack tiles on the board? And vice versa. With Kingpin, do you want to fuel off his yellow, or are you trying to have him be a neutral arbiter, to say the least? Who's another user that floods the board with countdown tiles? Oh, Star-Lord. Star-Lord makes power cheaper with his yellow ability. You probably won't be able to gain enough yellow on the board with Kingpin because of his countdown tiles being on the board. Again, that's another food for thought with him. Mockingbird, obviously, free powers. So he should either activate his black or his purple or his yellow. Talking about Kingpin, of course. So yeah, free power. I think that's what we'll do. We'll use these two here as our example. Since I know we got old Dakin and Conran and old Oregon. I just want to get the advantage real quick in terms of AP. See, and now when we fire off secret mission, now we have enough for Wilson's Gambit, and if we need to go and use our Magia Pawns, we actually have enough AP to do that. more chemical reactions. Probably want to get Conrad out of here first. Fire off dominoes into the fray. Hopefully get some. Well, I would just say hopefully get some black tiles to be generated from the board, but alas, there's the muscle pop tile activating, give us strike tiles. There's the pistol to get rid of old Conrad. Debilitating slash will hurt just a tad. We'll let them take some of that AP there in blue. Alright, fire off the pawns again. Now Dawkins more or less in trouble now. Actually, I'll let you make the matchup with the team ups, so we can activate Wilson's powers, and then we'll do it again. You can make the match, and go from there. But that's a pretty solid team there. Again, that you use the powers of Mockingbird to activate free powers, since Kingpin's powers do cost, they are a little bit more costly, and then have everything else fall into place. And like I said, it's not one of those quote unquote rainbow teams that, you know, some people harp upon. The game nowadays isn't about rainbows. It's more about synergy. So sure, would you like to have characters that have you know, a little bit a lot of synergy with one another? Absolutely you do, but don't let it bog you down from the fact that you know, sometimes you're not gonna have the ideal, you know, teams or ideal solutions or whatever the case might be. So we'll fire off Black Widow's power as I ramble on about you know, Galactus and whatnot. Yeah, we'll delay the turns, and then while we're at it too, this is still on all your AP, some of your AP at least. Yeah, we'll still all your AP. Oh yeah, because that's right, your strongest color is purple, and I have no way of getting purple because, well, Black Widow is not the lead character. Far off anti-gravity device again. And I pretty much can end this anytime now with Unibeam. I pretty much did. Team still works in round 6. I typically like to do my wave nodes last, but we'll get it out of the way. Storm Mohawk. She's a yellow, black, and green user. She's actually a retrain, or as we used to call it way back in the day, a lazy clone of the One Star Storm. And One Star Storm was actually like one of the best characters in the game. say way back in the day when environmental tiles was a thing. If you remember, um, the desert, um, PV, well, the desert landscape, and if you remember, well, some of you don't remember, that each of the tiles, I mean, each of the PvP nodes, you could actually select like the different backgrounds. So one background with the winter background, like that'll be used for generating blue AP and whatnot. Um, the 4-star Iceman best exemplifies how this power would work. So you would gain um, environmental tiles, and then once you reached, I think it was like 180, you would drain AP from yourself. Then you would do like 4-star Iceman. You would drain all the red tiles and convert them to green, or or blue in some cases, depending upon uh if you had enough of that particular tile. Like you would gain AP, and then you would drain the board or something else, and then you could loop around some pretty crazy things. Then you had like the forest background, which had um red and red and green as its motif, and you could go around, doing direct damage to the enemy team if you had enough environmental tiles. And the reason why I set all that up to set up Storm's Mistress of the Elements ability, it didn't attack team up tiles because team up tiles wasn't a thing. They were environmental tiles. And you sip on this sip of water, and I'll explain even further. So how the environmental tiles work on the desert, anytime that they were destroyed, you would generate um, green AP once you activated the environmental tiles powers. So 1-star Storm, 2-star Thor. Thor with his yellow ability could add more green tiles to the board. Use Storm's yellow to generate all the AP that you possibly could with the green. Like you would eventually hit some number of yellow tiles, and then you would just rinse and repeat. So 1-star Storm and 2-star Thor on the desert background. That was a that was the team that a lot of people really hated to face off against. But again, that was in the old days of Marvel Puzzle Quest, back when the city tiles for, well, the city environment and the environmental tiles was Hot Dog Stand, which happens to be a power for Amadeus Cho Hulk. So there you go. So those of us who played the game a long time, like, we see the nods and winks that the developers throw at us from time to time. Now, the 1-star Storm and the 3-star Storm, like I mentioned previously, they're essentially the same character. So if you have the 1-star version, or you play with the 1-star version, then you know how the 3-star version of Storm works. Lightning Strike costs 10 green AP, destroys 10 tiles on the board, or excuse me, 14 tiles on the board. Now I know Yeah, at level 3 it's 10, but it destroys 14 tiles, and then deal damage, and you earn AP. Fair enough. Bitches to the elements. This is a 9 AP. You destroy some number of team up tiles, and then you deal damage per tile. Now, typically, I like to keep this here at 5. And the reason why 7 team up tiles, 474 damage per team up tile destroyed. So you keep your board shakes going, especially with her and Kamala Khan and Incredible Hulk. And then Hailstorm costs 9 black, converts 20 basic tiles to attack tiles, and then at level 5 is half the board is converted to attack tiles at some amount of strength. Alright, now as far as people to team her up with, again, I mentioned, Hulk, and where's Kamala Khan at? Don't tell me I scroll past her. There she is. Again, this team here is probably the best team that you can use for the Galactus Hungers event. Like if you're fully in 3-star land, again, have Hulk as your main tank. Whenever Galactus countdown tiles or the Hulk takes any form of damage that's past whatever his threshold is, he'll create countdown tiles on the color black that last for 1 turn, equivalent to the amount of damage that he's taken. So if he's hit for 1500 damage, he might create 5 tiles, might be 4. Depends on whatever that 5% threshold is. You do that, it creates 5 after countdown tiles reach 0, 5 basic tiles turn to green. You can see where the madness is going. Storm likes green, use her green to create board shape, get AP, all that there. Kamala Khan will heal off the damage that Hulk gave off with his anger ability, and then just loop the board using Kamala's purple to turn some necessary tiles to green. Continue looping it with Storm, and just continue looping it. You don't have to worry about using Kamala's her green ability. You can set her yellow to 5. You use Storm's yellow from time to time to clear up the team up tiles that's on the board, so you can get more cascades and more shakage. I think here, who else? Another team that I've heard people say that works. Use Magneto, Storm, and Loki. They said this is an infinite win team too. Use Magneto's red to get rid of the team up tiles. Use Storm's yellow to get rid of the team up tiles, including her green as well. And then you would probably change Loki's purple to 5. And then you just continue to loop the board with the Loki's purple, gaining AP. Gaining AP, hopefully from Loki's purple. Whenever you do swappage and whatnot. Let's see here. I don't think there's any more quote unquote useful teams, because Storm starts to lose her effectiveness because she doesn't have that large of an AP pool. And obviously Polaris to flood the board with attack tiles, and then Medusa to keep your heals going. Like that's a team that would work tremendously. If you don't want to use Medusa or Polaris, I mean Dark Beast, he probably would work too. Him and the new Cape Pride, since you're always gonna have special tiles on the board. That's again that's the prevailing theory, but I'll have to mess around with that there when I got more covers in her, and she's not featured, or I should say boosted, so that might skew things a little bit. Who else wants special tiles that's on the board? Oh, Lockjaw. Lockjaw would probably be a fantastic addition to a team too. That every time special tile is matched on the board, he'll hop out in front, do damage and whatnot. Here I really don't want to use the Kamala Khan Storm and what's name tank, because that'll actually take a while. So instead, man, I really don't want to use my 5 stars either, but yeah, we'll keep it mostly clean. I'll break out with Luke Cage, and I'll break out with Wasp, so that way I have at least some sort of protection, because I don't know what in the world I'm facing off against. And then, you know, I get some amount of you know, stealing stuff on the board once I get Janet working at her peak efficiency. Luke Cage be firing off his projectiles anytime that they fire off any powers. But again, we want to speed this here up. So Luke, you can your projectiles become strike tiles. Oh, that's damage. Oh, let me see here. It was you that I wanted to stun and or down. It's like nothing just yet. It's like I know your type, man. I know your type. So your type likes to come up in here and disrupt things. Yeah. Yeah, a little co-star today, but the co-star won't be here for the duration of the video. All right. I still need enough yellow. I still need one more yellow to start, you know, the fortification process at least. I kind of wish Luke Cage had the ability to create special tiles. I mean, well, I should say not create, but fortify special tiles. You know, if they before having any special tiles on the board. Now we'll just steal yellow AP, because why not? Okay, yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll definitely end the fight this turn here. Lightning strike just for giggles. Okay, I was gonna punch him in the face with a bunch of fiddle faddle, but this works. That works fine. More rewards. Oh man, I got hit in PvP simulator. Flynn's Arcade. This dude here, he thought he got some points, some easy points. You probably not so much. Alright, let's see. Gotta not necessarily speed this here up a little bit, but we'll just keep it moving. Another team, the ubiquitous Rocket and Polaris team, they always work wonders against Galactus. Mr. Fantastic, I mean, yeah, I'll go with the Fantastic Four since Galactus is technically one of their enemies. Because of lore reasons. And I won't be able to use things, Clobber and Punch, or, oh my goodness, it's clobbering time, jeez. The rest of CM Punk will be like this, it's like, you don't remember the Thing's catchphrase? No, I don't, sadly. Get close to firing off some powers, maybe. As much as I want to get rid of the Great Machines tiles, or just leave the Cosmic tiles on the board. He's starting to gain some stuff now, and can't have that. Now, can we? Yeah, I think we'll definitely be able to punch him in the face. Yeah, what? Yeah, he'll be out of the way. I just wanted to see what power they're gonna fire off. Okay, it's clobbering time. I said I was in no real danger of losing. Now again, round 7, round 8. Your teams are gonna have to be, quick against Galactus. Now, this one here is probably going to be the one of the more time-consuming character breakdowns that we got. We got 4 versions of Wolverine, or is it 5? Because again, that one and that one are duplicates. But okay, yeah, it is 5 Wolverines. There's 2-star Wolverine. We'll talk about him. He used to be like him and Thor way back in the day of the revisions. Like, that was a team there that essentially could never die. Wolverine's healing factor back then, like anytime that you made a yellow match, didn't matter if Wolverine made the match or if Thor made the match or whatever the case might be. You would gain your health back for each time your yellow was matched. So you can imagine Thor's red ability to convert yellow tiles on the board. The amount of yellow that you were getting from healing factor, that obviously would fuel Thor even more with his green powers, and then you could call the storm. So essentially, Wolverine was a tank, a very effective tank. too effective, in fact. So that's why Wolverine has his healing factor the way that he has it now. Um, Feral Claws, it's a green ability. I usually keep this here at 5. It's a little bit complicated, but I'll break it down. So he deals damage, and then he creates a red strike tile of strength S +1 for every 3 red AP he has. So if you have 3 red AP, you're gonna create a strike tile. You got 6 AP, you create two strike tiles, and then additional AP additional strike tiles for the amount of red AP that you have. So when you fire off the power once. If you don't have any green AP, you're gonna fire off you'll create a red strike tile. If you have at least 3 AP, you'll fire off the strike tile, and then you'll create one other strike tile. All right, that's all that means. This here probably definitely needs to be reworded. But keep it at 5. No reason not to have it at 5, other than 5. Adamantium Slash. I remember the original artwork for this here. It was looking like the 2-star Daken doing his thing or whatever. Well, to be fair, the 2-star Daken and the 2-star Wolverine, they all shared the same animation. Wolverine got his animation rework for all the different Wolverines that were in the game. They all became a little streamlined. Adamantium Slash costs 12 red. This deals direct damage to the target. That's all it does. Keep this here at 5. Very effective. Now healing factor, again, it used to be he would heal every turn anytime Yellow was Master Blade, but they had to add the kicker when Wolverine is below 50% health and his team makes the yellow match. Healing factor kicks in and restores 269 health. So I just keep this here at 3. You know, like any cascades that happen, Wolverine can at least heal off some of the damage that he takes. So 5, 5, 3 with this version of Wolverine. If you were to pair him with anybody, 2-star Black Widow with her espionage, because her espionage deals damage and steals AP, and also the damage is increased if you have strike tiles on the board. He creates strike tiles, and as well as his son, anytime they match green. But again, make sure that Black Widow is stronger than Daken, otherwise it doesn't work. Alright. His old running buddy Thor, that still works. Though you don't want Wolverine taking too many hits though. Daken obviously works well. Both of them have synergy with one another. Pop matches green. He creates strike tiles. Both of them want strike tiles on red. Win, win, win. Now, yeah, you're gonna have a little bit of conflict of, man, who strike is it? Do I really want to match green? I mean, really want to match red to fuel Adamantium's Slash? And again, that's a good issue to have. And then both of them can heal. He'll heal every turn. He'll heal at 50% health. you can go bonkers there. And then for a third with him, Bullseye, Human Torch, so that way, you have at least another red outlet just in case Wolverine happens to get downed. You probably won't be using Johnny's green that much, but at least you'll be able to use his black to create attack tiles. Attack tiles and strike tiles go together like love and marriage. Alright. Now, 3-star Wolverine. Now, he was introduced in one of the events. I think it might have been. It was the PvP that was just recently ran with the Magneto and Hood as the final node. Like that event there, and the event escapes my mind right about now. Again, I'm bad at remembering events. But anyway, this Wolverine here, like he hard carried me a lot through 3-star land. Him and Daken and Loki, so I got fond memories of him. We talked about him in depth in the Welcome to Shield event. So we'll talk a little bit in depth with him here as well. Berserker Rage costs 9, creates 6 strike tiles on green for us, the friendly team, and then 6 enemy strike tiles, and then of course does target damage. The strike tile strength is pretty strong, especially in 3-star land. So matches in with patch tend to end pretty quickly. The best there is. This costs 14 red. Wolverine does damage based on the number of Wolverine tiles that's on the board, or that's bearing his icon. So his power and 3-star Gamora with her bad reputation, like both of those there, like the only 2 abilities that I can think of that require you to have more tiles for a particular character, indicating their icon. But then he also creates he creates 1 strike tile on red for both the enemy and the friendly team. And then at higher levels, the damage is increased. I keep this here at 3 because you'll rarely ever have the chance to fire off the best there is. But the main star of the show, healing factor, at the start of each turn, heal for H health. I'd rather heal every turn than to be beholden to the board and be like, oh hey board, can you drop me some yellow, please board, drop me some yellow. Like no, put it on 5, set it and forget it, as Ron Popeil would say. Teammates for him, Patch and Indestructible Hulk fire off Patch's green. Have Hulk out in front anytime Hulk takes a match, or any powers or whatever affect him. Anger kicks in, creates more green on the board. Because anger actually is affected by the strike tiles that Patch creates on the board. Your anger will do more damage to the enemy team than anything else. It is good for clearing out those really evil nodes that tend to give you trouble. Again, 3-star Daken again, their synergy is the same. Like how it is in 2-star land. Hey, Pops, you like He's like, Pops, you match green? Okay, cool. Here's two strike tiles for you. Just because. Loki, if I can find my Loki, there we go. Loki's another good um partner. Like for this team here. Use Loki's trickery at level 5. Transform all enemy attack tiles to protect tiles and vice versa. So you fire off patches green, then you get enough. If you have enough black, you convert all those enemy strike tiles to protect tiles. Get 1 point of damage done to your entire team, and since these guys can heal off all the damage that's done to them, oh, excuse me. It's a it's a win-win for you. Um, like you can even run with Iron Fist if you want to, but this is probably like your linchpin team here. Like use these three here together. You'll have some success. If you don't want to use Loki, you just want to get things done even faster. Substitute Thanos in for either for Loki or Daken. Match green, court death, and things get consumed a lot faster. 4-star Wolverine. Man, this dude here, he's had a few reworks. He was one of the best characters in the game at one point in time, him and 4-star Thor, but um, as more and more characters were being introduced in the game, like some of X-Force Wolverine shenanigans, and they had to be toned down, especially the surgical strike. I also remember when X-Force Wolverine actually had a red ability. Again, I've been playing this game here for too long. So, so this version of X-Force here, is completely different than the one that I used to uh, see way back in the day. Because it used to create. Didn't it used to? What did they care? No, it was this old red ability that created strike tiles. This X Force here, uh, it was just a simple board shape. So all it does here, uh, it deals damage and it destroys 9 tiles in an X-shaped pattern. That's all it is. So nothing fancy. Straight damage move. No sense in having this here at 5 because I mean yeah the extra damage sounds cool, but the it's like his surgical strike and recovery are just way too good for what they do. Um, the surgical strike, the original, the second version of surgical strike was just one of the stupidest abilities in the game. So it cost 11, just like how this version here does. But what it used to do, it used to destroy the enemy's strongest color, and then whatever their strongest color was, like you would drain the AP from their strongest color, and it would go to you. If you remember my description about Kingpin in the earlier in the video, yeah, that's just a stupid ability. It's like, yo, you have you have 19 19 AP in black. Okay, cool. I'm gonna fire off surgical strength and yeah, I'm gonna do that there again whenever your strongest color happens to be a color that I really want to drain AP from. Like I said, it was just stupid, dude. Just stupid. Him and Thor, that was just stupid. Like if you got surgical strike to go off and the enemy's strongest color happens to be blue, well, oops. So the entire enemy team was stunned. Like oops. But this versus surgical strike, it's it's fair, I guess. I guess it's fair. Destroys every tile in the enemy's strongest color, and then you deal damage per tile. So, like I said, it's fair. You get you get seven, 7 tiles the enemy's strongest color. That's you know 21,000 damage at least at this level here. And then I think because he's partially boosted as well. And then recovery. Recovery is a two pronged two pronged attack. Recovery was actually stupid too. It's like recovery, it would it would actually it's like it actually had an AP steal too. And we're like, wait, why in the world does Wolverine need AP steal? Like just why? Why? It was Axel's Wolverine was just dumb. He was just literally dumb. For this version here, it's fair. Um, so you place a 3-turn countdown tile that that'll restore pretty much all of Wolverine's health. Um, when activated, is that the countdown tile is matched away, you destroy 9 random tiles, and then you deal damage for each tile that's destroyed. So essentially, Wolverine's giving you a backlash for interrupting his recovery. All right. Um, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, X Force Deadpool and where's Domino? And Domino, that's probably the best team for him. The days of X Force Wolverine ruling the roost, and those days have long been gone. Use Domino's black uh, to generate black on the board. Anytime you make matches, you know, increased odds for the color black. Make sure that you get enough purple for X Force Deadpool. Wait until you get at least 11 black. Um, then drop a countdown for what tiles. Uh, Fire off X Force Wolverine's black, and then just destroy all the enemies, and then countdown for what will do additional damage. Really, as far as any other folks to pair him up with, I really don't have anybody else. This is like probably the most effective team. And now, 5-star Wolverines. I really can't talk too much about Samurai Daken because I don't have enough covers in him, but I'll try and be fair to him. Master Villado, he removes up to 4 enemy strike, attack, or protect tiles, deal damage to the enemy, and then for every special tile removed, you create 2 blue strike tiles, and then the passive enemy strike, attack, and protect tiles are decreased by 25%, which, I mean, the passive abilities, and that's fine. So you're able to do a little bit more damage. Um, Again, this is a more focused version of 5-star Spider-Man back in black, but But back in Black Spider-Man, you know, he's a hard counter to Rocket and Groot, 4-star. So, um, I mean, it's an okay ability. You know, destroy strike tiles, well, destroy enemy attack protecting strike tiles, and then generate generate some strike tiles. I mean, it's alright. Um, Lawless Warrior. This is one that I would definitely have at 5 here. Um, if Wolverine has more than 6 black AP at the start of his turn, convert at least 3 black AP to 2 turn repeater tiles. And if there are more special tiles on the board when this tile activates, you know, excluding those repeater tiles, and you deal damage to the target. So I'll explain. If you have strike tiles already on the board, and then the repeater tiles come into play. Once those repeater tiles reach 0, and you still happen to have those strike tiles on the board, or protect tiles, or countdown tiles, or whatever special tiles you have on the board, then one repeater tile will do 2,500 damage. The other one will do 2,500 damage. Uh, Simple ability is just there's a lot of Olympic things that you have to do to make sure that you satisfy those conditions. And then lethal fury. I'm about to call it lethal warrior. Lethal fury uh costs 9 green, destroys 3 green tiles, deals damage, and then damage dealt by this power permanently reduces their health the rest of the turn. So if you've seen Morbius and um, Null, the symbiote god, with those red bars on the health, indicating that a person can't heal past that point. That's because Samurai Daken was the first character to introduce you know, permanent uh, health gates, as we like to call it in Borderlands. And then if he has 25% less of his health, it becomes unkillable Ronin. And then at the start of the turn, if you have at least 3 green AP, then you heal for an amount of H. And again, like I said, you got to be at 25% health. This version here, I mean, he got a bad rep because, well, it's like, oh my god, why'd you guys make this guy here into a character, like like the stuff that he does, it's like like he he can be good, but where we're at in the game and the stuff that he does, it's it's too it's like he's like maybe 1 or 2 years away from actually being relevant. It's like if the game continues its current trajectory. Um as far as people to pair him up with, folks that can generate green, mainly folks that can generate green, and folks that can put out special tiles, or you know abuse out special tiles, like, oh, I don't know, Apocalypse. Now Apocalypse really wants his black, but his black, it also does damage, so you kind of gotta say, like, well, Apocalypse, your black is really good, but I'm not gonna have enough to generate that in order to you know, keep the projectiles popped. Um, I would say Colossus, but Colossus by himself is, you know, a much better character than him. But again, that's not saying much because, again, like I said, there's the potential for something good here, but it's not there yet. And then finally we got Old Man Logan, um, the second 5 star um, ever released in the game. Uh, he's had a rework, namely with his healing factor. Um, he was the the head honcho in 5 star land, but because of power creep and health pools and match damage, it's, you know, he's not as good as he once was. But he does have some pretty dope animations. I will say that much. Living Legend, this here is a two-parter. Uh, it costs 9 black AP. Um, it creates 3 strike tiles on black, and then it ends the turn at level 5. Stronger strike tiles on on one more black tile. I just prefer this here at 3 because the healing and his red ability, Reluctant Hero, you know, they're much better, especially when you pop the claws. After you pop the claws, uh, well, to pop the claws, you need 12 yellow in order to you know to still stay sharp. So once you activate the Living Legend for the 12 yellow AP, you'll have access to this power still sharp. Um, Wolverine destroys 3 friendly special tiles, deals damage, and it deals damage for each one of those special tiles destroyed. So again, there's no difference really between level 3 and level 5. I mean, extra 500 damage for the special tiles destroyed, or this here. Again, just drop Living Legend to 3. Now, if this was, before the rework, you know, it would have been 5 in Living Legend and then Die Hard, whatever. Now, Die Hard originally was an overpowered healing technique. So originally it was at the start of the turn, Wolverine would heal more if he had allies on the board, but he would always heal regardless if he had um, allies on his team or not. Where they have it now, at the start of the turn, he heals. He heals. For the amount listed for each team member still in the fight. So if you got two team members, so you can just essentially double that up. It's like 30. In this case here, it'll be like 3,400 health. If he has one, if it's just him and another ally, then it'll be the 1510. And then once you pop the claws, old habits will kick in. This costs 6. Wolverine does damage to the enemy team, and then additional damage for each enemy still in the fight. And this is a pretty cheap ability, like especially if you got um, the requisite yellow to fire off the yellow. It's not necessarily a game ender, but swing the tide, so to speak. And also to Wolverine, once you pop the claws, Wolverine doesn't heal anymore. So that's the other thing about old habits. Once you pop the claws, you lose access to Die Hard. Alright? Then Reluctant Hero. Anytime an ally fires off a power, if there are fewer than 5 friendly strike tiles on the board, Logan loses health, and then he creates two strike tiles of different strength. I mean, well, in this case, strength 478, and then finish the fight. It costs 8 red. It deals damage to the target, and then if Wolverine has less than 60% health, then you deal additional damage. Now originally when, like I said, when he was released, he was a 5/5/3 user, but because of the way that his healing works and all that, you kind of want the Reluctant Hero to be at 5, and then you can deal with the Living Legend like so. Oh, excuse me. Characters that you would want to team up with Old Man Logan, anybody that can cheaply put out powers or cheaply fire off powers. Like I said, if you want to use Polaris with them, go right ahead. Like if you want to use Iron 3-star Iron Fist, go ahead. Just anybody that can cheaply fire off powers, especially with the red, and really just go to town. Or if you're in 5-star land, his old school running mate Jean Grey, she fires off purple. Her purple ability to create some number of basic tiles to red. He activates his Reluctant Hero, creates strike tiles. If you make match 5s, those strike tiles get stronger. And essentially, you gotta kill off Old Man Logan before you can get to her, because she can resurrect. Again, and that's the plan. Here, well, I'm just gonna let Old Man Logan go to town. Or actually, no, I'm gonna do some Hulk bombing. Hopefully, I don't need Hulk for too long, and then I'll throw in Kamala Khan, and I'll have her healing maxed out. Alright, we'll leave the hood for last. Like I said, the main thing I want to do, I want to make sure that when I get enough green on the board to do my Hulk bombing. Hopefully the hood doesn't steal too much of my AP, because if he does, that's gonna be rather annoying. Oh, Hulk, you can jump out in front here, because here comes Twin Pistols. And there's some extra green. Man, I'm just trying to get a Hulk to the green, but let's see here. That's Tommy gun. That's gonna hurt just a little bit. I said this would be a lot cooler, lot better if I had like all that green that the hood is stealing from us. But no. So the hood's gotta be a little swiper and swipe all the greens. So, well, why don't you just take the hood out first? Nah, 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 nah. Tommy gun again. Hulk will activate his stuff. Do a little Berserker Rage. No, I don't have. See, there's some more Hulk bombing. It's like the hood, but you see the idea behind Hulk bombing, like you see you see the idea. It's just hood ain't cooperating. It's like every time I tried to get enough AP to start it off, it's like hood's like, nah man, I'm gonna take all your green, dude. I probably should have taken the hood out first, but eh. Let me see here. I said somebody that's got cheap powers. Yeah, Vision's got cheap enough powers, but now we'll go with Johnny. Why not? Let's go with him. He's got pretty cheap powers, and then Doreen because well, her and Wolverine had a thing. That's what they say. Yeah. Yeah, anytime that you face off against the hood, you definitely want to get rid of him first so he can stop swiping all your AP. Like even if we start taking a little bit of damage with Wolverine, it's not like I can't heal it off. See? I'm gonna wait one turn. I'm gonna let y'all get y'all threatened tiles on the board so that we can maximize the damage from nuts from above. Wolverine, you might actually be downed because I can't quickly get to that special tile as much as I want to. It's not about to happen. But I can leave myself with a parting gift, some strong strike tiles. Like I said, it's a parting gift. Kind of wish I had more green to take advantage of, but hey, that's the unfortunate thing about this board. Oh, jeez, Human Torch, you about to go bye bye too? Oh goodness. Well, thank goodness we didn't have all the special tiles on the board. Or he didn't have all his countdown tiles on the board. If he did, well, we would be in a world of trouble. See, Wolverine left us with a parting gift and we were able to defeat the node. Oh man, that was actually rather embarrassing having old man Logan getting downed by overpowered moots. See how far we are in the video. About an hour into it. Well, hey, explanations are a thing, so I have to keep it moving. Let me think. Yeah, I'll use Charlie's Angels again. Where? There we go. Probably could even use a few of the boosted characters. Why not? I mean, eventually, but alright, again, if you remember the last video, we want purple. Keep our purple maximized so we can make match 5. Try and get trying to get things to teeter our way. Alright. I'm gonna hex bolt this way. And now we got the purple that we need. It's alright if Professor X clogs up the board. All we're trying to do is we're trying to make good match 5s. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're gonna set up a match 5 here. Alright, now let's see here who's next. Ooh, Black Widow, that's actually perfect. Alright, so Black Widow, she is one of only a handful of characters that happens to have multiple versions of themselves in all 5 of the tiers. Now, 1-star Black Widow, obviously you can tell I only have Widow Sting, and that's because people in my alliance want it as a team up. Her aggressive Recon, though, again, it's a power on 1-star land. It's not really that good. I mean, again, thinking how long you have to stay in the 1-star tier, there's not a lot of quote-unquote good powers that you can use, but you know, that's the part of accelerating yourself into the game. So aggressive Recon costs 16 purple. She steals 4 AP of each color, and that's it. And then Widow Sting for 9 blue. It's a 5-turn stun and stuns the enemy teammates for 1 turn. So again, yeah, this is a power that's really good even as a team up in 5-star land. I really don't have any teams for her, but you know, it's whatever, because it's been a long time since I've been to 1-star land. 2-star land, Black Widow, we talked about her a little bit. We'll talk about her some more. A better version of aggressive Recon. This one here cost 8. She steals 3 AP and the enemy's team AP except for purple. It's like you really just want this here at 8, because you know, stealing 4 AP and everybody's color, I mean that's cool, but you need 11 AP, and making that many matches to get ready to steal somebody's AP, that's too much. Keep it at 8. You can easily get the 8 in 2 matches, especially with the with her espionage ability. If your opponent makes matches in the color purple. Anti-gravity device. This power here used to be super busted back in the day. Instead of it being a temporary heal, a burst of health, it used to be a true heal, or it used to restore health. Kind of similar to how Wolverine, well, all the Wolverines get their health restored, and whatever means that they get their health restored, or who else restores, gets their health, Okoye, things like that there. But it was a burst health. It burst heals for a small amount, you know, again, relative to the 2-star tier. Alright. And then it increases any countdown tiles by 4. But if there are no countdown tiles on the board, you heal for an additional 930, or whatever the health total might be. It's still stupidly good, even in 2-star land, even when you transition to 3-star land, etc. And then espionage, probably one of my favorite AP stealing moves, powers. She steals purple, blue, or black whenever she matches purple, blue, or black. And what that means is, if the character tiles happen to have her icon purple, blue, and black, she'll steal it in purple, blue, and black. If another character happens to have their character tile on any one of those colors, then you don't steal any AP. Alright, then she does some extra damage on top of stealing the AP. So that's a win-win-win. And then again, if you have strike tiles on the board, that's going to increase the extra damage that's done. Alright. And again, I mentioned her and Dakin, her and 2-star Wolverine. Anybody that can create strike tiles. Her and Ares are a good team, especially if you fire off Ares' Thunder, and then you heal with Black Widow, and then Thunder essentially heals back the damage that you got dealt to yourself, you know, due to that there. It's a pretty cool team, and it still works to this day. Black Widow, Gray Suit, again we talked about her with Charlie's Angels. Sniper rifle, it costs 19. It does team damage to the entire team. And it creates a bullseye like shape, or I should say a sniper scope, so to speak, um, on the board. So whenever wherever you target your tile at, it'll make a sniper rifle style, sniper rifle scope style shape on the board, and any tiles that happen to get caught in that sniper rifle type shape, they'll get destroyed. So you can actually use that sniper rifle to pick off any tiles that's on the board that's strength. All right, and again, I really keep this here at 5 because you know this the other versions are single targets. This one here, give me the multi-target damage. Pistol costs 14. Is a you destroy you select two tiles on the board, and it destroys a 2x2, excuse me, a 2x4 block of tiles on the board, or actually 2x3. That's a 2x3 block of tiles, and um, it does damage, and it deals additional damage for each tile that's destroyed. And then here's just extra targets to fire at. And then here I just keep this here at the 2x3. Fire off 2 shots. Again, if you got somebody that can help accelerate reds like Iron Man 40, sure, but keep it at 3 because her Deceptive Tactics is just way too good. It costs 11. Purple converts 6 basic chosen tiles to green tiles, and as you've seen what I did previously in the video with her Charlie's Angels, you can create massive cascades out the wazoo. So again, Charlie's Angels probably the best team for her. Make sure Professor X isn't over leveled for both Wanda and Black Widow. Then we have the Infinity War version of Black Widow. She's a black, purple, and yellow user. First ability is Lights Out, cost 8 black, not 8 purple. Almost being I'm used to Black Widow's strongest colors being purple, not black. But she stuns the target for 3 turns, and then she deals target damage. And at the start of the turn, if an enemy is stunned, Black Widow destroys 3 random AP and a random color. Again, that's pretty solid. Stun the target, or if anybody's stunned on the enemy team, just steal some AP. Defilade is it's 7 purple, and it has 2 components: a passive component and an active component. The active component, she creates 2 purple invisibility tiles, and then while those tiles there are on the board, they become Enfilade. And the Enfilade, I don't know why I said that it was a passive component. I mean, I guess the passive component would be, oh hey, she's invisible. But Enfilade, it costs 10, so 17 altogether if you want to activate both of those powers at the same time. Black Widow destroys her invisibility tiles and destroys 3 enemy special tiles, dealing damage and gaining AP. And at higher levels, destroys more and deals more damage. I stick this here at 3 because because Burst Pass is just way too good too. Um, Burst Pass costs 10 yellow. She gives ally a burst of health, creates a 4-turn countdown tile, and while one of those tiles is on the board, powers cost 3 AP less. So again, her thing is something similar to 4-star Shuri or any other users that wanted Star-Lord. There we go. That's what I was thinking of. Star-Lord. Like anytime one of Star-Lord's countdown tiles is out, reduces your is like your powers, the cost of your powers. But in her case, she burst heals the team, but Star-Lord gains AP when his is done. Now a team that I used for this version here, Black Widow. Oh man. Oh, where's old Nightcrawler? Nightcrawler and Domino. If I can ever find Domino, there we go. So the idea behind this team is this: you get Brush Pass to get the powers a lot cheaper for both Nightcrawler and Nightcrawler and Domino. While Domino is on the board, she's gonna feed you black. Once you get at least 30 black or however many black you need, you can stun the entire enemy team, start draining AP. Nightcrawler is going to be there to drain AP even further, deal some amount of target damage, and then start infinite loops if need be on purple and black if you need to keep the entire enemy team stunned. So again, that's the idea behind that team. Also too, if you need to have more blacks on the board, that's what Domino's Green's there for. And I probably might end up using them since it's a wave node, and then 5-star Black Widow, purple, red, and black user. A first ability, Tell Me Everything, costs 12. Deals damage and then removes up to 3 random special tiles on the board. You might as well just have said that there. The only thing it doesn't remove is invisibility because, well, Black Widow's thing, invisibility. And then the power costs 1 AP less for each enemy countdown tile that's on the board. This should have said 1 AP less for enemy special tiles that's on the board. That way she would at least have a little bit more viability, for subsequent characters in the game. Then you got Acrobatic Takedown. It costs 12. It deals target damage, and then the enemy has at least 12 AP in any AP pool. Then you deal an additional damage, and then if this power downs an enemy, then you destroy 6 random AP in a random pool. So this here, more or less, it packs a wallop, but at the same time too, getting the conditions that you need to activate to activate the secondary and tertiary conditions. If you're in 5-star land, fights tend to last a lot less quicker than when she was created. So Acrobatic Takedown, you might get an opportunity to activate it, but if you're in that transitional 4-star, 5-star land, again, the characters that you probably be using in 4-star land will probably do the job a little bit quicker than Black Widow, but again, that's power creep. And then finally, red in my ledger. This costs 10. She deals target damage, and then if any allies are below 40% health, she steals random AP. Um, and then she deals an extra amount of damage as well. And then the passive ability: if one of Black Widow's allies is stunned, stun a random enemy for 1 turn. Now, perfect person to help trigger off the the whole random ally or the ally being stunned is Red Guardian. Like Red Guardian, boom. Like there's a little bit of synergy there. Um, as far as people that you want to team her up with, I mean, you could team her up with 5-star Hawkeye and go to town that way. At least her red ability will be somewhat cheaper to use. I mean, because Hawkeye is firing off all of his arrows and the AP that you generate from there, but even then, it's like man, do you really want to use 5-star Black Widow thing when you got characters that can easily and effectively get the job done faster than she can? I mean, again, just a thought. Really? Oh, okay. So looking at the board, like, things are not looking good, but team up. Pistol hurts a little bit, but I mean, again, we'll be able to heal off some of this here in a minute. Forest pass on Black Widow. Get her invisible real quick. Stun him. Stun him. Stun him. I probably should have just waited for Nightcrawler, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. And let's see, purple. Let's see here, strongest color is now black, or most prevalent color is black. Let's enter the fray, get some board shakage done. That match 4 will set up after the special tiles dropped. It's gonna take us a while to get the infinite turns to get set up. It's gonna take a while, so just bear with me. So we can at least get the BAMF going off. Alright, let's at least steal some AP there. Turn you off for a couple turns, turn you off for a couple turns. I mean, well, at least it's gonna hurt her at that stage of the fight. Let's see. Stun you again. and steal some of this AP because you guys don't really need it. No, can't on guard just yet. So we wasted our black. Or then again, we might have to. Yeah, we'll have to unguard. At least get him weaker. If Nightcrawler, well, Nightcrawler is gonna disappear really quick. Well, at least it gives us an opportunity to fire off Brush Pass, like Hell Off Domino. We enter the fray. Green's most prevalent on the board. At least we can stun you. Generate some more black on the board. But I really am trying to get enough purple so that we can get at least Nightcrawler's infinite loop going on too. Well, actually, we won't even need to. Not now. Like, stun him, and just continue to do some damage. Get match 5, stun him. Keep him. Oh, excuse me. Occupied. We'll enter the fray. Get rid of some of the riffraff that's on the board. Get a match 5. Get another match 5. Enter the fray again. Let's see here. Still black, good. Still black, yo. I said the thing is with this team here is that it'll take it a while to get started, but when it gets started with the loop and whatnot, it's effective. Just hate the fact though that I got rid of my own special time, but beggars can't be choosers. Lights out, get another match 5 going. Let's see, still more black? Let's go. I think I can fire off lights out 2 more times, and there you go. Alright, another person hit me. I'll have to take care of them. Off cam. Let me see here. Yeah, Doctor can be a good choice. Yeah, why not use Morbius again and Vulture, so that way I can drain AP if I need to. Any special tiles, any of these tiles here that happen to get in places that I can't get a hold to, well, that's where Morbius and all of them can kick in. Alright, and then finally Daredevil. Yep, this one here is actually probably the easiest example for me to talk about, and then I'll have to I'll take a small pause, and then I'll talk about Iron Fist and Hulk, and we'll we'll call it the video there. So Radar Sense, this is a 10 purple ability. Daredevil converts 3 random attack, protect, or strike tiles to basic tiles, and then deals damage for each tile converted. Again, keep this here at 3. It's okay, but how often are you gonna see? Well, okay, Polaris, but she's a special case. I really wish Radar Sense would have just targeted all tiles, but then we start to get into some pretty shady categories. Billy Club costs 9 purple, stuns the target for 2 turns. It creates a 3-turn blue countdown tile that stuns for 2 turns when it reaches 0, and then it creates a new Billy Club countdown tile. And if you happen to match it away, you gain 3 blue AP. So you can do some pretty crazy loops with Billy Club. If you get 18 blue AP, stun 1 target, then you wait until the countdown tile, or the person becomes visible or will unstunned, and then you throw the countdown tile again. Throw the Billy Club again. And then you can essentially keep an infinite loop of a character just being stunned or stun locked, and there's nothing you can do about it unless you match away the blue countdown tile, or if there's no blue on the board for it to keep on the board. And then finally, Ambush costs 9 black. It deals damage to the enemy if they match away the red trap tile. Okay, so it creates a red trap tile. If the enemy matches away, it deals them a ton of damage. If you match away the trap tile, then it does the damage, and it puts the trap tile in a different location. And of course, with most trap tiles, enemies won't be able to see trap tiles unless you're Jessica Jones, and if you have her 9 blue, or if you have enough blue accumulated for her power, you'll be able to see where trap tiles are. Again, if you remember yesterday, the person. Oh yeah, I'm even gonna talk about Iron Man. Actually, I'll talk about all of them in another video. Yeah, that's right. I'll talk about them in another video. But with Daredevil, his mate is again you roll with Iron Man 40. Like if you want more red, more blue, that's perfect. Cyclops, you want more red on the board for those trap tiles. And then if you get enough red with Cyclops, or enough red on the board, and you have enough black, you can, full blast them with Cyclops, and then go berserk there. Now, 5-star Daredevil was actually one of my favorite 5 stars. He was among one of my first champions to get 5-starred, and I had to take a small break real quick. Much needed water break. Much needed. Alright. So, as I mentioned about Daredevil, he was one of my first 5 stars that I had championed, at least. Him, Thor, and Gambit back when he was ruling the roost. I've tinkered around a lot with Daredevil's kits, but the way that I have them built here is probably the best and most effective way to use Daredevil. Fighting Spirit is a passive. When Daredevil is at 50% or lower in health, he creates a strong yellow strike tile, and he restores health for each friendly strike tile that's on the board with a max of 5. So if you combine that there with anybody that can create strike tiles, like you can go from having your Daredevil near critical health to back up the full within 2 turns. Especially with his sonar strike ability, which we'll talk about last. Hand to hand costs 11 AP and green. Creates a 5-turn green countdown tile that deals damage at the end of each turn. If we match it, then you recover 6 green AP. If it's matched or destroyed, then it deals almost 12,000 damage to the target, and then it creates another hand-to-hand tile if one doesn't exist. So the best way to get the this portion here, the 12,000 damage part, almost 12,000 damage part, you want people that can target special tiles or target rows or whatever, like Okoye, for example. Like her red ability, piercing throw, that'll easily trigger that ability. Or you trick the AI into making a match. It'll go it'll go away like that, and then it'll continue to linger, and it'll do lingering damage, something similar to like Medusa's countdown tile, her entanglement tile. So again, at one point in time I had this here at 5, but I'm like the damage, the chip damage that you do at the end of the turn, and the recovering of green, leaving it at this level here is more beneficial than recovering the 8 green and the chip damage and all that. And plus 2 Sonar Strike is too good of an ability, which it costs 9 in purple. It converts 4 random enemy protect, attack, or strike tiles to friendly strike tiles, and it stuns the target for 2 turns. And then when the enemy is damaged, Daredevil deals passive damage to the enemy as well. So how this works, Sonar Strike, it works similar to Elektra's double cross, but instead of you giving out a purple strike tile or purple strike tiles, you just flat out steal those special tiles that the attack, protect, and strike tiles that the enemy has. You convert them, and then you deal damage. Combine that they were fighting spirit, that helps with the mitigation of your health loss. And then anytime that an opponent takes any sort of damage at all, it could be match damage, it could be somebody firing off a power, it could be passive damage from his hand to hand, or just any sort of passive damage like Polaris, that they get dealt additional damage as well. And this will stack up beautifully with Okoye's Wakanda Forever. And you could conceivably have like one person just downed in like the snap of a finger or a blink of an eye. And that's like the beauty of Daredevil. Now, as you can see here, I actually have his Vigilante costume. This was a costume that cost command points. I just had to buy it because it looks cool. but this is his normal costume. For those who were wondering, and really since I'm almost pressed for time, I'm just gonna roll with 5-star Daredevil. Now normally I would roll with the 3-star version, but I want to make sure I'm done with this cycle. So I'm gonna use him. I'm gonna use who can usually destroy tiles. We'll use Quake, and I'll switch her coordinated. Well, actually, no. Keep coordinated tactics at 5 because I don't know if we're gonna be dealing with area of effect attacks or not, and I can't really use this version here of Hulk. I could use Show Hulk to do some stuff, but that's conflicting with green. Oh man, I just need somebody who can just targeted destruction. Oh my goodness, I'm bad at this here, y'all. And Hulkbuster went out. Alright. Because again, like I said, I'm pressed for time because I didn't realize how long. I knew the video was going to be long, but I didn't realize it was going to be almost 2 hours long. And that it would come pretty close to me having to finish off my cycle for my alliance. Here I'm just gonna let Daredevil get out in front, take the damage for shock. Again, even if he gets at pretty low health, that's something we'll deal with that when that bridge comes across. Still no good green matches. Not yet anyways. Oh, match 5. Another match 5. Finally got a good green match, but oh well. And then finally, I just continue to roll with them. I mean, because if it doesn't really matter. Here's just making matches and hopefully getting enough, either in black or red, to punch old Galactus in the face. There's no real danger being threatened by Galactus. If I am, well, it's not like Daredevil can't kill this. See, no real danger at all. And that was just strictly off of mass damage from Daredevil and all of them. So yeah, that'll end this video here because I got again 12 minutes before new missions. I highly doubt that I'm gonna stay on for those 12 minutes to get these new missions, but I do need to give my alliance the heads up and how many points is left up in the round. Because again, this is the thing that I I stressed out to people. It's like, hey, make sure you make sure you got yourself in a good alliance, and can able to contribute as many points as you possibly can. And again, also to have fun, just you know, you do all that there, and I promise you, the yeah. So again, um, I'm gonna knock out these folks here that hit me in PvP. Um, again, it's like some of you still probably have a ways away to finish off Galactus. Some of you might be around 4, some of you might be around 7. Whatever the case is, make sure you're getting your hits in and supporting your alliance in any way that you can. All right, so I'll definitely have video 3 out tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have uh, the Hulk and Iron Fist and Hawkeye, so I can talk about them. If not, well, oh, excuse me, I'll have to force myself to talk about them. All right, so, hope y'all enjoyed. Peace.